Seen it on licorice. Seen it on niggerish. Seen it on egg shit. Yeah. Nigga got his sound right. There's nothing you could tell him. A nigga done got his sound right. There's nothing you can tell him. You feels me? All right, let's do the roll call. We got an early show up in this biatch because I ain't trying to be here all night. I got studying to do. You know what I'm talking about? Let's do this roll call and let's get it in. And then I'm going to let y'all go do what y'all got to do. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Got sound effects. Fuck is you saying? Wait a minute. Talk black to me, nigga. To this day. All right. Greensboro in the building. Shout out to Greensboro in the building. All right. Shout out to Greensboro in the building. Virginia in the building. Philly in the building. Atlanta in the building. Salute. Detroit is up in this biatch. Merritt Island, Florida. Denver. Yeah. Newark, New Jersey's in the building. Philly is in the building. Oklahoma, what's up? You know what I'm talking about? I want to apologize to everybody in YouTube land for the poor audio. All of these fucking episodes. Goldsboro, North Carolina, 757, Southside ATL. Niggas was working off of the Obama phone, what it sounded like. Minneapolis, Merritt Island, Jamaica, Queens. Yeah, talk black to me, nigga. We bringing back the feeling. North Vegas and this bitch, Bainbridge. Yeah, where we at? What we doing? Southside DC. Yeah, throw it up. Be careful out there. Tomorrow they trying to slide on y'all. Milwaukee in the building. Milwaukee, Milwaukee, Sonoma County. Is that where they grow the weed, Mr. DJ? Sonoma? What they grow out there? Upstate New York. Is that Rough Buff in the building? Burlington, Charlotte, Yo, hold on. It's too many of y'all. No offense. It's too many of y'all to be repping from North Carolina. I need y'all to come and put your coins together and make a concerted effort. You know what I'm talking about? To get your peoples out there. Because, yeah, we would definitely love to come there to do the work. It's enough of y'all in Queen City and other places. You know what I mean? And the way that this game works, you don't want to leave your house and get on the road and whatnot. You don't want to go and make those moves until, you know, you're assured that you're at least going to see about 50 to 100, you know? So maybe we should create a little group or something for everybody to come together. You know what I mean? And then pull up. Yeah, pull up on your peoples, man. Pull up on your peoples. Hold on. Don DeMarco. Yeah. I'm about to act a fool with this thing. Yeah, so let me put the email up there because this is how we work. You know what I mean? We work respectfully, you know. We work like any other business needs to work. All you have to do is get in touch. When I have about 30 emails, I will send you out a group text. That group text will give you a questionnaire, right? We're going to do the voting system. So we'll just ask questions and say, yo, what topic would you want to learn? Like, what do you want a workshop? Do you want a lecture? Do you want a performance? You know what I'm talking about? And then we'll send out the Eventbrite link so we can make it right, because we don't just go off of words anymore. And then you got yourself a situation. You know what I mean? Because it's too many people that's out there. I feel like I'm neglecting The Carolinas. You said turn the sound effects up. Hold on a minute. Y'all said the sound effects was low? I got this shit turned up. Hold on. To this day. It's low. Shit is low. Shit is low. To this day. To this day. That's low. It's loud in my eardrums. I don't know. It's low? It's low? Okay. Look. No worries. We getting the hang of this thing. The intro was lit. The intro was low. Don't tell me that the intro was low. That shit sounded like it was a movie in my headphones. The intro was low. It's low to the listener. Fret not, my friends. We'll deal with this. By Thursday, I don't know if I'm doing Third Eye Thursday because that's the day of the lecture, but by Thursday, it'll be there. It'll be a little more, you know, your volume will be there. You know what I'm talking about? If they don't declare martial law and Trump takes over, you'll see me on Thursday, okay? So people are saying loud and clear. People are saying loud and clear, right? I need to I don't know. Maybe I need to turn the volume up in your computer. Maybe, I don't know. But this shit sounds lit and the buttons is lit up. You know what I'm talking about? The intro was okay. The intro was lit. Your husband and you signed up for the class on the 21st because you're legends. That's why. Because you're ready to thrive and strive through this bitch. You're ready to drive past all of the obstacles. Okay? Because that's what we're going to get to on Thursday. I've been compiling a lot of information, dealing with a multitude of streams. I hope that the family could juggle all of these streams because it's a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to, if you want to deal with, just theoretically speaking, if you want to juggle 20 streams, that is, if you want to do 3 streams, take it from me. If you want to really be serious about 1 stream in life, that's a sacrifice in a sense. What the fuck? You know what the 9 to 5, the type of energy it takes out of you? You know what I'm talking about? You know what raising a child? You know how much of a task that is? You know what just watching the children could be about? So to juggle 20 streams, it sounds good. It sounds good. But that's not the easiest task for us to do. But thing is, we live in these days and times where anything is possible. Automation, keyword, right? And teamwork. It makes the dream work. You know what I'm talking about? 10 brains are better than 1. Pause. Yeah, 10. Right? And then 100. It's called a mastermind principle. When you read the book Think and Grow Rich, right? Napoleon Hill, he harped on the mastermind principle. The mastermind principle is sort of what you're seeing with social media when it works, right? When social media works, that's the mastermind principle at work. Facebook groups could be considered the mastermind principle. Clubhouse, right? Those rooms in Clubhouse, they're exemplifying what is known as the mastermind principle. Think about it. That's Clubhouse. Even, you know, people who have courses, online courses and whatnot, mastermind principle, they're bringing in other experts. You know what I mean? Some of the students get the chance to teach. They're doing brainstorming sessions and whatnot. Let me turn this down. So yeah, this is for the masterminds, man. Shout out to all of the masterminds out there. Shout out to the brothers and sisters, you know, not with no ego, because I don't know what that means. I don't know what no ego means. That's just somebody who's trying to make you turn your turn up down. I don't know about having no ego. Niggas need egos to survive, but people who are who allow their egos to stay at the door. You could tuck your ego like you could tuck your shirt. You could put that, you have control of your ego, because the only way that you're going to work with a group is that you have to have a level of control over the ego, especially if you're in the room with other people who could be considered sharper than you, or, you know, wiser than you, have more resources than you, have more experience than you, have a little more money than you. What's up, Red? What's good, bro? I'm looking for another stream of income. Well, sign up, Justin. Sign up to Stream Chasers. I've answered 8,000 questions from you personally over the years, and you haven't spent $1, right? You haven't invested in pretty much anything that I've done. But you hit me on the inbox, didn't you? And you asked me if I was giving out a PS5, and you was about to give those people your information. That was you. That was you, right? You was gonna do that. You fell for the fucking for the scammers and whatnot. The only time that you popped up at an opportunity is when you thought I was giving out a PS5. Fam, that's not me. That's the Nigerians or the Russians. It's not your boy. I'm not giving out a PS5, unfortunately. You know what I'm talking about? I would love to, but I'm just not there right now. That's not what I'm doing. So if anybody hits anybody on this call on whatchamacallit, what's that call? Instagram, and there's my name spelled out, but not the way that I spell it out. It's PHIL money sign Moreland, or PHIL 2 dots. Yeah, my genius. That's not me. Don't fall for that, because you about to get gaffled. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody gonna clean your bank account out with a fake premise that your ass is finna get a PS5 from me, because I'm not out here giving out PS5s. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not going to ask you for your credit card information on Instagram. That's not me. You know what I mean? They're doing that to all of the people who have followers. It's just not me. They did it to my whole crew and people that I don't rock with. Real talk. So, you know, come and shop with your people. Not even with me. Just come and get this information. Just come and get this information, because I promise you, the level of information that I give out on my page daily, right? The level of information that I've been giving out for more than 10 years, right? Daily, nonstop, right? When everybody else is putting price tags on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that part. I don't even need to dive into what else I was gonna say. It don't need a punchline. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I couldn't, so many people on Instagram allowing themselves to get finesse because they thought I was giving out $10,000 in a PS5. But I was giving out lecture after lecture after lecture after lecture after workshop after workshop after all of these things. American Gods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fear of a Black or More Messiah. In Too Deep. I was telling you niggas to get Bitcoin in 2014 when the shit was affordable. You know what I'm talking about? I was telling you to get Ethereum. I was telling you to get Bitcoin. I was telling you to get Ripple when it was popping. You know what I mean? But nobody, niggas ain't want to listen to that part. But when it comes to the PS5, so you could play Fortnite, then you like, oh, my man, Red Pill is pulling up. He's coming through. No, nigga, I'm not giving out PS5s. I'm telling you niggas to build your own PS5. That's what I was up here telling you for years. Learn a new language, learn coding, learn CSS, learn Python, Ruby Rails, all of that shit. Back in the days. You know what I'm talking about? This is all facts. I really don't. Yeah. This is factories. This is factual. I'm dead ass. You know what I'm talking about? I'm dead ass. You know? Yeah, C++. Now I got people who have taken the information. Okay, Ray Dawn, hit me up. You know, we do wholesale. We send boxes out, you know. We do that. The goal is to get the factory up and running, right? In Africa. Not in the States. Niggas talking about go back to Africa. We should go to Africa. I'm like, look, we should build a fucking factory in Africa. Like, we should start there. Because if the Chinaman is in Africa, why they don't got no factories then? What the fuck? What is the Chinaman doing there? If the Chinese is all in Jamaica and you niggas in Jamaica don't got factories, well then something is wrong with that picture. Because that's what the Chinese got. That's where they got their money up. They got their fucking ones up doing cheap labor. Them niggas is production, manufacturing cities. Cities. Will I be discussing pallet liquidation? A little bit. Not really. You know? Not really. This is not Wheel of Fortune, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. You know? We're gonna talk about drop shipping. We're gonna talk about pallet liquidation. Well, that's one of the streams that you could tap into. You feel me? You know, we'll skim over that. But that's kind of an old fucking stream. You know what I'm talking about? Like, niggas was on that 2015. You know what I mean? I wanna introduce streams that are not crowded. Imagine going to a stream to go to get something to drink and 800 Bambis is there trying to drink too. You know what I mean? A bunch of fucking gazelles and some rhinos and shit. You know what I mean? Some hippos. Because they drink a lot of fucking water. And a few elephants. Right? And a few elephants. So I want to introduce streams that when you walk up to that stream, it's a brand new stream damn near. You might get scared to drink from it because you like, why nobody else drinking from it? Nigga, because you're early. That's why. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be afraid to be early. Don't shame yourself when niggas is early with the information. That's what a lot of our people, that's our problem. We sit around and we wait for everybody else to jump on it before we hop on it, women included. That's how niggas is all with their women. Yeah, y'all don't want to get her when nobody else was on top of her, all on her heels. The minute that everybody else is on her heels, here you come trying to, yo, let me skip the line. No, nigga, you had a chance early in the game. Just get in the line, nigga. Fuck is you saying? Get in line. You could have Cinderella'd her a long time ago. You know what I mean? You could have cleaned her up a long time ago. But because she's getting more likes now because she did the fucking Bust It challenge, now you niggas is trying to skip the line. No, it's not. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. You should have been able to see the light. You know what I'm talking about? You should be able to see the light. You plugged into the Ethereum with 4K but has some troubles and you need to start upgrading. Well, come to class, man. Come to class. Am I coming to the Bahamas for classes and concert? I don't know. Was the Bahamas on the list? I'm not sure. I would love to go to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? I would love to go to the Bahamas. You know, I don't want to go to the Bahamas to the struggle side of the island. I want to go where it's lit. You know what I'm talking about? I want to go to the Paradise Park. Is the whole island on Paradise right now? I wouldn't have a problem pulling up to the Bahamas. You know what I'm talking about? I might fly the wifey out there with me. Bahamas is beautiful. Shout out to all of my face rollers. Y'all been hitting me up real heavy for these face rollers to the point where I went ahead. Hold on. I went ahead and put it on my. I went and put it on my website because there was too many people hitting me up on the Cash App, but I like to have your address. So I went ahead and put it on the Red Summer merch website. Let me put that website up there for all of the family that's looking to grab up the face rollers and whatnot. And go, when you go on the website, go and read the information about the face rollers, because it's not just a regular face roller. There's perks. There's perks behind face rollers. Like, it's not just to roll on your face. Like, the face rollers are, you know, they're there to help with your lymph nodes, right? But it's also to help ease up a lot of tension that might be having in their face. You got to put the CBD cream on, or if you get like exfoliating, if you get your face exfoliate, ask your lady about some face exfoliate, and you know what I mean, open up your pores, put this bad boy in the freezer, and you could get your face rolled while the world falls, while this whole shit falls together, while the Great Reset happens, while Donald Trump acts like a fool, while Joe Biden and them get sworn into their presidency. Whatever's going on in the news, it's a lot of shit going on right now. I'd be up here all night trying to tell you all of the crazy shit that's happening, because hashtag it's a wrap. Hashtag 21 Savage, nigga. I promise you. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't even going as crazy before I even made that title. Then it should just start turning up. They got motherfuckers dying every day. You know what I mean? Brown sugar for the face scrub. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You Cash App the wrong Phil Moreland. When you Cash App my name, my picture should pop up that says Red Pillar. Right? Don't fall for the okie doke. You know what I'm talking about? Don't do that. Yeah, but if you wasn't taking notes, my niggas, Babylon is falling. We'll go through a few things on my Instagram before I get out of here, just to show you that, it's no cap. I'm not playing. This shit got weak knees. It couldn't even do the busted challenge. America couldn't even do the busted challenge. She couldn't get down with her knees is weak, baby. She couldn't even do the busted challenge. She might get down, but she's not gonna get back up. You know what I'm talking about? The knees is weak. The knees is weak. Wobbly knees, right? The chick got wobbly knees. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue to raise the frequency. We're going to continue to study. We're going to continue to get ourselves and our tempo and everything correct. We're going to continue how to study, how to get the fuck out of here and not come back, right? We're going to continue to create living trust and all kind of things for these children so they can inherit something. We're going to continue to invest in ourselves and those of us that are part of our networks and our clans and our tribes, who we want to see win. That's the only thing that we need to be doing at this point. We don't need to inject any type of energy into all of the bullshit, right? We need to avoid that goddamn poison that they're trying to shoot into your veins, and you know what I'm talking about, right? We need to be very diligent in precautionary measures, like, remaining somewhat healthy. by building up our immune systems, getting in the sun. And if you can't get in the sun, at least get the supplements, right? Something that can, that vitamin D that you could put in your body, right? We need to be focusing on very positive, high vibrational thoughts. Remember, keep in mind, this is the winter season. And in the winter season, depression, anxiety, people feeling very down, that is very prevalent, not just in our lives, but in our community and the people that are around us. That can also affect our auric field as well. So what do we have to do? We have to remain very diligent in keeping our vibrations up. We have to meditate a little bit more. We should be playing a little more high frequency music. We should not be entertaining a lot of the gossip and the tomfoolery that's out there. We should not be inundating ourselves in fear, right? If we feel down, we should understand that laughter, right? Especially, that's something that's natural. And there's a lot of comedy that's out there. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, take some mushrooms and look at some of these niggas on Instagram that claim to be your leaders. You'll fucking have your sides will start hurting. They so goddamn hilarious, felonious. You know what I mean? Felonious monks. So laugh a little bit, laugh out loud. You know, there's a sister who does laughter yoga. I'll introduce her to the show if she, if not, we'll have the sponsorship in the beginning of the show. That's another thing. Let me put the email up there. We're opening up the platform to sponsors. We want black businesses. You get, this is like the PPP loan. You get first dibs. Okay? You get first dibs. They're gonna try to hit me for not being an equal opportunity. So I have to say that everybody is welcome. But the people, right? My tribe, the network, KT Aliens, y'all get first dibs. Does the roller help with lockjaw? I'm not a medical professional, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's gonna unlock a nigga's jaw, but this is pink quartz. It has properties and whatnot. Like I said, you put it in the freezer and then you hit your face and whatnot. It's good for the lymph nodes. You know what I mean? And it's good for the puffiness. You got puffy, puff daddy. When you wake up and your eyes puffy, you hit the puff puff. You know what I mean? Too much puff puff and give at lunch break. Yeah, you hit the puff puff so it don't get too puffy and whatnot. That's what this is for. This is for the eyeballs. That's for your face. If you got a little face, you hit it with the little roller. So go to the website and you'll see all of the options that we have right there. You know, we have the amethyst. We have the what do we have? The Moldavite. We got a lot of things over there. Go and check it out. Okay. Go and check it out. Yeah, the fall of Winterfell. Huh? No, I'm talking about winter is coming. It's plain to see. It's plain to see. And we don't have to be in the midst of that. There's a lot of talk going on right now, and I'm going to share something with you, and this is not to induce any type of fear right now. What this is to allow us, right, to be, aware. So if anything happens, we're not, oh my goodness, what's going on, Chicken Little? Look, so a source that's close to me who shall go unknown, shall be what do they say? I'm not gonna say their name. They was like, yo, Donald Trump is gonna declare martial law, and he's not gonna let Joe Biden become president. That's what they told me. They shall remain unmentioned. Yeah, or whatever it is. A little birdie. Yeah, that's right. I got a tweet. And it was like, Donald Trump is going to declare martial law and whatever. But I was like, okay, I'll share the message, right? I'll share the message respectfully, right? But last time I heard, we were supposed to be in a FEMA camp. We were supposed to be, niggas was going to get sent to Mars. There was going to be an invasion a few months ago. There's a lot of shit that's supposed to had happened, right? And I don't know when it happened. Maybe I was sleeping. Maybe I was on a plane. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Phil spoke on it. I didn't even see the whole Phil video, but I did watch the first 5 minutes. Yeah, niggas supposed to run. The Killer Bees was on the way. Murder, the Asian Hornets was out here murdering niggas. There's a lot of things that had supposed to had happened, right? And then the shit never came about. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, who the fuck is keeping score? Let me know. Cause I am. And I'm like, nigga, bullshit. Right? To a lot of shit to be said, this supposed to had happened. I'm like, when is it gonna happen? Because according to your plans, it had supposed to happen and it didn't happen. So yeah, the Mexican caravan is definitely back. They're just waiting for this nigga to put his hand on the Bible and they're gonna come running through. So they have a standing army right now on the other side, right, of White Walkers. If you saw the Game of Thrones, nigga, the White Walkers are definitely on the other side. I mean, goddamn it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that this nigga is building an army, right? The insurrection at Capitol Hill only emboldened them. What do you think? You think that them the goddamn alt-righters or the QAnon, whatever the fuck they are, you think them getting locked up put a hamper? Like them, whoever got locked up is a legend. They're gonna have a fucking trading card. The fucking shaman, the QAnon shaman. That nigga's gonna be a tattoo, nigga. Whoever got locked up, the nigga who was on Nancy Pelosi's desk, when he get out the Bing, nigga, he's a legend. Even inside of the pokey right now, he's a legend. Do you understand? If this nigga declares martial law, these niggas is gonna take over the jail. He's a legend. Anybody that caught a charge from Capitol Hill is not considered to be a traitor. They're not gonna be considered treasonous. They're gonna be considered patriots. This is a patriot thing. Let me show you something because I talk too much. I'm gonna just show you some of the things that I saw over the tweaking, right? And I'm like, oh shit, these niggas is not playing, allegedly, right? This has been in the plans for a very long time. These are some rambunctious crackers. You know what I mean? They're emboldened. Real talk. They're emboldened. Trump got these niggas gassed. I'm talking about, well, we know gas is dead. We on the Tesla batteries these days, but still in all, these niggas is gas. You know what I'm talking about? They are highly gassed up. They think that they not trying to let this one go. They like, look, he's here to save the day. America the great. We can't give it up to the liberals and the gays and the woman from India with the weird name who tucks her fucking Timbs in. Like, no. You know what I'm talking about? They're like, hell to the nah. You're going to have to, no. And they ready to scrap. Do you understand that? They're ready to fight. And they got the blickies, bro. They ready to spin the block. And they about that life. That's one thing that I could say. You know, you say what you want to say. They're about that life. You know what I'm talking about? They don't have nothing to lose. These are White Walkers. You know what I mean? These niggas is from Radiator Alley. They don't have no life. They don't have no ambitions and goals but to shoot at deer and eat fucking possum. You know what I mean? They don't have no ambition. They looking at niggas like us, wavy and whatnot, and they like, yo, the audacity. These are some uppity Negroes. That's how they think. You know what I'm talking about? They don't want to see us lit. They don't want to see us comfortable. I promise you. You niggas is low-key traitors. The niggas, I see a few dark speckles in the crowd when these niggas get together. I'm like, who are these niggas and why are they there? I know you eat dairy meat, Panama Jack. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We was eating deer meat when we was in the plains, but nigga, we're not. And white people eat more deer meat than niggas do. That's all I'm saying. But let's check this out real quick. This is a 10-minute video, but it's showing that the threat is very apparent, and the threat type, it's been here. It's been here. It's been here. This is not new. Look at this. This is the first indicator. The National Rifle Association unveiled a new strategic plan that involves restructuring from a New York nonprofit to a Texas nonprofit, and they're filing from bankruptcy, right? So everybody's going to Texas. I'm talking about everybody going to Texas. What the fuck is in Texas? Well, I'll tell you what's in Texas. A state that was originally built on a secession. You know what I'm talking about? That's a secession state. That's a secession state. What does that mean? That means that you don't have to go there to rebel rouse them niggas to break off from the USA. They already ready. They already ready, bro. What are you talking about? Texas don't even consider themselves to be a part of America, like Texas, Arkansas. What is that? What's it called? Texarkana, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Then, when you look around, right? 21. When you look around, there's a whole bunch of governments that are folding. Now, when I told my dad this, right, who likes to watch Rachel Maddow's, by the way, you know what I'm talking about? He's part of the, look at me when I say it, Dad, I love you. You know I do. But, you know, you're part of that civil rights era of baby boomers, and y'all niggas took the blue pill. You know what I'm talking about? Texarkana. Y'all took the blue pill. This is Martin Luther King's day. You know what I'm talking about? All of the niggas that came out of that movie, right? Y'all took the blue pill. They gave y'all jobs and access to all things, you know, European. They let niggas come and sit at the counter and eat and shop, right? So our parents, who is considered the civil rights generation, right? Kind of, sort of, I love all of them because they got us where we are. Those are our teachers, our nurturers. We are the bastards of the party, though. Right? We are the bastards of they took the fucking blue pill. Let's be clear. They're holding this bitch together. Okay? And so many of us can relate. So you know I'm not capping. 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 We are the black sheep of the family for real. They ready to hand us over to Eric Trump, to Ivanka, and be like, put these niggas in the gulag. They getting in the way of us getting together. I don't know what they be thinking, but they are so democratic. They are so fucking democratic. They are so in love with the American dream. They so hoodwinked. You know what I'm talking about? They don't want to hear nothing. My father got more rebuttals than anybody that I know. I don't even say anything no more because he smacks down everything. Real talk. And I admire his mind state. I'm like, damn, you know, the way that you see things, your vantage point is unique. But that's not it. That ain't it. The niggas done pulled the wool over your eyes. They got you. With that 401k. And that American dream. If you tell them that this bitch fell apart, they'll be like, when and where? And let's not talk about the parents who came in from other countries. Y'all, some of y'all are first generation, second generation. So they came and they found out how to work this bitch. Nigga, it's treason in your household if you ever try to talk against this white man and the government. What? How dare you? What is wrong with you? Would you rather go back to where we came from? Would you rather go back to where we came from? You are so unappreciative. I'm like, what? No, that's not how my dad talked. But I've been in households where the shit turned up. I'm like, yo, call me an Uber, because this nigga's going fully Zulu on you. Like, I'm getting out the house. Niggas going lean on these niggas. How dare you talk about President Bush like that? Do you know? What about Bill Clinton? What about Bill? Look at what he does with saxophone. Are you stupid or dumb? Like, damn. These niggas putting on. They putting on more than I ever seen white people put on for each other. What is he doing? But they come over here, they learn the tax cuts, they learn the loopholes, they learn the motherfucking fork, they learn the hustle, they learn this shit is a game. They learned that this shit was a game. They was like, oh God, look at America. It's like, yo, it's this bitch is Lilith to them. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is like Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? America is Cardi B to the foreign parents. The best lay in their life. This shit is wide open for them. It's a harlot. They could do anything with her. They could do anything with her. They're like, so what? That, you know, and they be like, y'all made that happen to yourself. You know what I mean? Get in line. Learn the game. Translation, the blue pill. Take the blue pill. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. Shit. You go back to Malawi, nigga, if it's that bad. Go back to fucking Sudan and see where you go in life. So the Italian government on the verge of collapse. When I showed my dad this, he was like, yeah, they're always collapsing. You know, they're always collapsing. I'm like, damn. This nigga won't give me the fuel that I need to turn up. Kuwait, the government is resigning. The government in the Neanderthals resigns. The Russian government is resigning. You know, my dad is an English professor. You feel me? He's an English professor. So I don't even got to tell you what that is. You feel me? Oh, they must have took my video down. Look at these niggas. Damn. They surely did. I had a lit video. It's no longer there. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, no. So check this out. So during the weekend, they killed their 13th inmate, right? For all of the niggas that's talking about Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, right? They killed their 13th inmate, right? So when you talk about chaos magic, and when you talk about how these people know how to spirit cook, right? When you talk about how people, you know, how they utilize confusion, right? They utilize confusion, because I'm not here to talk about if people are guilty in the crimes that they did, if they worth dying. Shame on you niggas, because I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. Because there's a whole litany of people, if that's the case, that we should put on that motherfucking chair in the firing squad and let them have it before we start deciding and put who you niggas want to be Republicans so bad. You niggas want to be white supremacists so bad. You hate your people that much that you really will sit back and be like, nah, these people deserve to die. And you don't know the particulars of the case. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know. Yo, why y'all asking me about the UFO disclosure? What the fuck? They already disclosed who the fucking UFOs are, bro. You're late. It's already too late. They already did that a year ago. What are you talking about? And there's a countdown to release some other documents. But the documents already had leaked. Is Lil Wayne getting pardoned? Pardon me. I think so. He's about to pardon 100 people. The fucking gremlin should be one of them. He even might pardon Marcus Garvey posthumously. You know what I mean? Yeah, Higgs was innocent. and they said Higgs didn't shoot, right? So they've been frying and killing a whole bunch of people, right, before Trump gets out of here. And I'm sure that they have a way where thousands of people could watch these people die. You know how they have a few families watching you, but with this new internet age, bruh, I know for a fact that they're out there cooking niggas and letting people watch like how this is one of those movies. I forgot what movie it was, but there was a movie where they had people basically, you know, you were able to see some shit go down. You were able to see people dying. Like what was that movie? Purge. What was in it? The Purge. Wasn't it The Purge? Right? So closed circuit, right? They got the closed circuit switch, so they could just show everybody could watch you just die on a chair. You know what I mean? Will he pardon the chief and Larry Hoover? Yo, your guess is good as mine, fam. Your guess is good as mine. He probably gonna pardon a whole bunch of white supremacists. He's probably gonna pardon a whole bunch of Aryan Nation dudes. That's the kind of energy that he got. Fuck is you talking? You said Chief Malik, nigga. What would make you feel like Trump feel like Larry Hoover should be in these streets when I just told you he's stacking the deck? They're raising an army. This motherfucker might have civil war to where they succeed during the 4-year presidency. They're raising a real fucking army right now. And the white boys is all the way with it. You think he's gonna let Larry Hoover come home to raise a fucking army on this side? Think about it. You're not thinking strategically. You're watching too much QAnon videos. These people are not your friends. Okay? You're the monkey in the middle. They're not your friends. They keep making you feel like they hate other white people. And it's all, they did that with the last Civil War. That's why mad free black people got washed up in the Civil War. How did all of the fucking black Indians got killed? Damn near. They ran down and tore everything up in the name of the Civil War. We were the monkeys in the middle. We was the monkey in the middle. Okay? We don't got no horse in this race. We should be having a conversation on how to get the fuck up away from these people when they do what they do to each other, because 21, this bitch is falling. Look, the Raven Queen vanishes and Britain checks a prophecy. Let's check out the prophecy. One of the resident birds of Tower of London is feared to have died. Legend says at least 6 must be kept there or the nation will fall. Well, God damn it. God damn it. The nigga's missing. The ship might got corona. I don't know. The new strain or whatever. But the queen called Merlina. Merlina has been reclassified to MIA from AWOL. She's missing in action. They fear that she's dead. If the goddamn Raven comes up dead, right? This the rest of the Ravens is Jubilee, Harris, Grip, Rocky, Aaron, and Poppy, nigga. Yeah, talk black to me. Yeah, those are the Ravens that they got at the Tower of London. Okay. Remember Game of Thrones with the Raven, right? So man from UK. Man from UK. Can you give us a shout out in the chat? Talk black to me. Yeah, American Gods with the fucking Ravens. Okay. The 3-eye Ravens know when the White Walkers are coming. So they're missing a Raven. The Raven is going missing. But the Raven is tied into London motherfucking folklore. If the bitch come up short, that bitch finna fall. So the financial center of the world is London. Okay? The Great Reset is taking place and is being done by Prince Charles. The motherfucker, like I said, I showed y'all this eons ago. He's born on my birthday. I know what kind of juju he's working here. This nigga's born on November 14th. Y'all don't have, you might as well just hang it up. You know what I'm talking about? If you got a November 14th Scorpion who's in the Royal Palace working against you, you might as well hang it up. That's a Thanos right there. That nigga has Thanos energy. Okay? I'm just letting you know because he lands on my day. I told y'all before, Boozy Badass is on my day too. He's born on my day. Boozy Badass from New Orleans. who beat 9 bodies, nigga. So I understand I know my body. I know my body. So I know other people's body that was born on my birthday. Blue Pill happens to be born on my birthday too. You better be quiet. You better be careful of the quiet ones. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Be very mindful of the niggas that's quiet. You be thinking that they quiet, but yeah, that's what they said about Kaiser. So they had another raven named Thor, predating Merlina's viral. And he was said to have greeted the visiting president, Vladimir Putin, by bidding him a good morning. And then Mr. Putin was rather taken back. Right? So these people is out here cooking. It's not about, they probably just grabbed the fucking bird and put it in a house. It's all about signs and symbols. They speak in those symbols. They speak through the mythos. They speak through things like this, the same way that the Vatican utilizes Bible prophecy to as a language. Fuck is you saying? But they manipulate Bible prophecy in order to keep pushing the goddamn needle forward. The FBI's relentless pursuit of Martin Luther King, right? What did they say? Hoover said that he famously feared the rise of a black messiah. Okay. That's what J. Edgar Hoover, who we talked about in the last show, was primarily responsible for flooding Black America with dope, heroin, king heroin, and then other silicious drugs, malefic drugs that helped destroy our unity. It was a chemical war, and that chemical war is still raining on us. Niggas talk about chemtrails. Nigga, what about the crack trails? Fuck is you saying? What about the crack trails? You talking about chemtrails? Go on Netflix and watch crack. Go on Netflix and watch. Niggas talking about chemtrails. What about the fucking crack trails? That shit broke up more families and destroyed more of a Black America than a goddamn chemtrail could ever do. I smoke chemtrails. I just put the backwood on the fire escape and I let all of that shit gather up. Then I put some fucking loud on top of it and I smoked the chemtrails. Huh? It ain't killed me yet. But what about that crack, nigga? You niggas is not gonna survive too many hits of the fucking pipe. Talk black to me. What are you talking about? Get your priorities together. Y'all niggas need to stop niggas from selling crack. Turn into the Avengers and get these niggas out the hood from selling crack, because that's the worst fucking abomination that our generation. I can't talk about the other generation. Them civil rights niggas was smoking crack. That's how they was dealing with their PTSD from getting fucking holes when they killed Martin Luther King and Malcolm and JFK and Robert Kennedy and fucking everybody else consecutively. And then the Panthers, they start smoking crack to deal with that. What are you saying? They went to the drugs. What are you saying? That's how they dealt with their PSD. And the children ate the fucking parents because they sold them the crack. These are the same generation that helped give you niggas freedom. They turned them into zombies. Willingly, respectfully, with a smile on their face and for a gold chain. What you talking about, bro? And niggas is talking about the ancestors are gonna help you. Where? We told how? Oh, here go the video.
General George Washington's soldiers were freezing cold, fighting for independence against tyranny, domination, and control. It was their moment to stand up and fight for freedom. To many, January 6th is such a moment. The battle for the White House is now a full-blown struggle.
Look at the dates. Look at the dates. Look at the dates. They've been cooking. And the press is complicit. They're complicit with this shit. You can't hear it, bro. You can't hear the video? You dead ass? Oh, okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I do it on the Instagram on my phone. Hold on. Let me know if this works. I thought I was doing something. Look at me. I thought you niggas was in surround sound like I was with these headphones. Look at me. Okay.
Soldiers were freezing cold, fighting for independence against tyranny, domination, and control. It was their moment to stand up and fight.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. All right, let me play that real quick. I see you in the call queue.
Soldiers were freezing cold, fighting for independence against tyranny, domination, and control. It was their moment to stand up and fight for freedom. To many, January 6th is such a moment. The battle for the White House is now a full-fledged struggle for the survival of this constitutional republic. We, the people, are in control of the United States, and we will take our rights back. 74 million Americans are not going to shut up. This is about taking a stand where you can take a stand. We need to fight back. We win because of our...
Hold on, let me cue it up. Let me cue it up. Hold on, real quick. Let me cue it up for you Q people.
General George Washington's soldiers were freezing cold, fighting for independence against tyranny, domination, and control. It was their moment to stand up and fight for freedom. To many, January 6th is such a moment. The battle for the White House is now a full-fledged struggle for the survival of this constitutional republic. We, the people, are in control of the United States, and we will take our rights back. 74 million Americans are not shut up. This is about taking a stand where you can take a stand up. We need to fight back. We win because of our ideas. We lose elections because of...
Yeah, I can't hear that.
Fighting until every illegal vote is thrown out.
Yeah. Y'all can't hear me. Are you shitting me? You dead ass? Y'all can't hear. Okay. We're not doing it then. We're not doing it then. We're not doing it. Just know that these people is on your ass. You could go to my Instagram and just listen to the video. This is the front of it. I had to hide it behind this this first one, so Instagram don't read it. But yeah, you could read it, right? They have the closed caption. Put your mic to the speaker. Nah. Because it's in the headphones, it's not in the speaker. But just know, for months now, since November, they've been building up the momentum, right? They've been building up the momentum to do what they did on January the 6th. And just know, based off of what they did, it was basically the beginning of what we'll consider to be the end, right? The heroes of the insurrection. That's who QAnon, Shaman, and the rest of these people are, right? There's a war going on outside. There's a lot of casualties that you're going to see. You know, a whole bunch of things are going to occur. But like I said, this don't have nothing to do with you if you don't make it something to do with you. You have to sit back and you have to gather your senses, right? You have to make sure you have a contingency plan. Okay. What I'm about to do is I'm about to introduce y'all and bring in another decoder, a master decoder on his MLK day. You know, let the brother do what he do. So without any further ado, I introduce to you Mr. 44, Blue Pill in the building. Hold
We got no sound effects yet, nigga? Yes, indeed. Peace, love, and light. Peace to the family.
Yeah.
Peace to you and yours. Brother Blue, Portland, live and direct. All right. What's good with you, bro?
We just in the kitchen right now, cooking up a little something with the family. Family's in the building. You know, we just going through some things that are going on in 2020, 21, 21. And
Right.
I know for a fact that the 44 guard been doing his due diligence and digging through the cosmos. And I would be highly I would love to hear what's on your mind. You know what I mean? I would love to
right.
hear what's going on in that brilliant mind of yours.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, this is MLK weekend. And every MLK weekend, we look for fluctuations in the law of 44. You know, we look for them 44s to jump. So, you know, off the break, they have indicted or they're looking for about 44 suspects in relationship to the incident that took place on the Capitol. Um, you know, there's always things that pop off during the playoff weekends in the NFL
It was
leading up.
44 of them that they got.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
44 of them that they're targeting at this particular time. Uh, but you know, first and foremost, if anybody's not familiar with the law of 44, we have a pantheon that we call the Three Kings, and that pantheon consists of uh, this a common theme that runs between all three kings. That is the fact that they resonate with the king energy, they resonate with the dream energy, and they resonate
Yeah.
with the number 44. So there's three particular markers that each one of them hit on. And we know that all three of these individuals are now activated going into the last day of the 44th presidency of Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Which is erroneously labeled as the 45th presidency. He is actually the 44th person to sit in that seat. On Wednesday afternoon, you will see the 45th president take up residency in the White House in 1600 Pennsylvania, which is 4 times 4, right?
For
Dealing
Louis
with that
here.
box, the facts that Washington D.C. is a 10 square mile box, right? A federal
Can you
district.
explain real quick to the family why he
Okay,
is considered the 44th?
yes, because one president held two different presidencies. Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and the 24th president,
Grover
right? So
Cleveland, y'all.
he served the term just like how they say Trump now served one term and they're attempting to indict him so he's ineligible to run again,
Right.
right? Let's say if Trump, serves out his 4-year term, which is this particular one from 2016 to 2020, and then
Yeah.
he runs again in 2024, right? That would be a two times president. So
Right.
he will have the distinction of wearing, the title of, if you would say, the 45th and the 47th president,
Right.
but he would, yeah. So he is literally the 44th person to sit in that seat, right? He is the
Right.
44 twin resonator of Barack Obama. He's the Gemini. His entire presidency is precipitated on him mirroring Obama, right?
Facts.
Riding his back. Pause, right? He was his doppelganger. You feel me? He utilized his energy to get in there and he is on his way out. You know what I'm saying? Because of his energy. Because the people wouldn't know who Sleepy Joe was if it wasn't for Obama's presidency and his cosign. All right. But the three King pantheon exists of MLK, right? Michael King or Martin Luther King, who came in with I Have a Dream, who died on April 4th, 1968. The second uh, Three King resonator is our brother Biggie Small, who started his career with the line, "It was all a dream," right? Who kicks in the door waving the 44, or who died the King of New York, which is a celestial title that cannot be usurped, and nobody can sit in that seat, or they will always be flipped.
Right.
Okay, we could go down the records, all right? And the third king in that three king pantheon, and this is not to pander to these individuals to say that they are, you know, the symbols of all melanated Black Americans should be. That ain't what this is about. This is about a three king pantheon of people who are 44 resonators, and we'll get into what that means afterwards. And the third 44 resonator is Barack Hussein Obama. Hussein means king, his middle name. He is a
Right.
Leo, which makes him the king of kings. And as the 44th president, he was the leader of the free world, which also makes him the king. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Dreams of My Father is the book that he came in on, right? And like I said, he was already designated or identified as the 44th president, although he was the 43rd person to sit in that seat. Okay?
Facts.
So we have a day left of this 44th president. There was a prophecy, right, that said that there would only be 44 kings of Israel,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when you see these go hard evangelicals and these Zionists saying, "Look, I refuse to believe that Biden will step into that presidency on Wednesday,"
Right.
these are the things that they are pulling on. They're pulling on the fact that their prophecy tells them that Trump is going to be the last king. You know what I'm saying? By any and all means. Because
Right.
he was, according to their prophecy, he was supposed to serve out these 2 terms. He was supposed to twin Obama's term, you know what I'm saying, in terms of him getting those 2 terms in. You know, the 44th was supposed to serve out the 8 years.
What's the rallying call? They stole they stole the vote, right?
Yeah.
What's their slogan?
Tell me. Stop the steal. What?
Steal the vote.
Stop the steal.
Oh, stop the steal. Stop the
Yeah.
steal. You gotta stop the steal. It's my duty as a
So, you know, yeah,
stop the
all of
steal.
last year was a 44 resonated year. You know what I'm saying? We started this year as resonating on the number 44, Floyd Little, who was number 44 in Syracuse, who the movie Express was based on, who our brother T'Challa played. You know what I'm saying? Chadwick Boseman, his first role was number 44. That brother died on January 1st.
Yeah.
One of the, what's his name, Westfall, one of them NBA players, you know what I'm saying, also who donned that number 44, he died on the 1st. So that it already, you know, yet last year was certified a 44 year. This year is going to be
Yeah.
no different. You know what I'm saying? Last year, when around this time when we was deciphering and decoding the Super Bowls and explaining to people how they had both of those red and gold teams going up against one another, San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Royals, you know, this was that cosmic clash, but we said what? Either which way it ends up, there's going to be blood, right? There will be blood. That was the theme of last year. There will be blood in these streets. And lo and behold, not only was there blood in these streets, but Kansas City had its highest murder rate ever. There was definitely blood in those streets. You know what I'm saying? We could get into the Minneapolis effect in every particular region where they murdered and ritualized melanated bodies. There's blood in those streets right now to this day.
Right now to this. Wait.
Right. But we could look at coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? When I was detecting it earlier in the year of last year, in January of last year, when I caught wind of it in December of 2019, and I said, "Oh, this is about to be, you know, this is before it was called COVID. It was called a coronavirus, but
Hold
it
on. Hold
was."
on. I'm sorry. They say your audio is in and out. Might have to get you mic'd up.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
To this dirt. Shout out to all of my KT aliens in the building. Thailand, I see you. Make sure y'all share this link. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Spread this shit like a rumor. You know what I'm talking about? Hit the like button. Yeah, talk black to us. Shout out to Blue Pillar in the building. The 44 guard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
socket to our pocket too. Socket tree to the pocket tree. There go the Cash App right there. Somebody, yeah, the family was saying that they couldn't hear, so we got to make sure that the audio is good because audio is very important. We wanna raise the bar on the audio. Okay, y'all saying that he's good? They saying you good, bro. They saying you gooch.
peace.
Yeah, you good. See, now y'all got him all in his feelings. See, he gonna come back with a fucking headphone or some shit with a Bluetooth. UK leads. Wagwan them. Wagwan. How is my audio? Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Or is it good? Yeah, if y'all don't hear good, just refresh your computer. You might have an Acer. You good?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it better? Yeah, the
They
family
said you
got to
good.
let me know what's good. Yeah, I'm
Nah,
I'm
don't
all
feel
the
no way
way.
about it. A lot of people were
Now I'm
saying
just
that you
saying
was clear.
I'm in the forest. You feel me? We don't have the best reception back here, but we do have the peace of nature. You know what I'm talking about?
It's all good. They can hear you.
Yeah. So,
They said I'm a hater. Look, Red, you a hater. He was perfectly fine. That's Team Blue over there. What I was saying was that's what
yeah,
somebody
all
in the
is love.
audience said. I didn't know.
I That's what's up. But I'm saying all that to say that I was able to utilize and just pay attention again to numbers. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know that the number 4 is an ominous number in China. And my Google alerts kept showing me that the number 44 kept popping up in China with this coronavirus in December, let alone going into January. So I was like, oh, this is
Right.
about to be full blown because it's an ominous number. We're going into a 4 year in China. You know what I'm saying? So I already know they said 4 is the character that's synonymous with the word death in China. That's why it's an ominous number. The same way that 13 might be a quote unquote ominous number here in the States. You know what I'm saying? So
Real quick. Real quick. I don't mean to cut you. The brother says South Central Los Angeles is on target for 444 murders. That's just that area alone? Are you serious?
that's terrible, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
excluding Compton? God
Yeah,
damn.
that's terrible. LA's off the charts. Philadelphia is off the charts. New York is off the charts.
Brooklyn,
Kansas City's off the chart. Huh?
Milwaukee. I mean Minnesota,
Milwaukee, yeah.
Chicago,
Wisconsin, yeah. That is all of every yeah, all of the major cities,
where Black
right?
Lives have mattered over the summer, right?
Where we have made the call to say it's time to get up out of these cities. These cities are financial centers. If you're not doing 6 figures or better, what are you doing in the city? You know what I'm saying? You just a op. You just waiting to be, swept up in all of this mass hysteria. This global reset. You feel me? Yet who's out there purging though? So we're gonna pivot this conversation real quick, to speak about
The
what
drillers.
because last year was reminiscent. They said what? It was the worst time that the hoods have seen since the summer of 1968. So once again, they were even evoking, right? So
Right.
last year, you saw MLK resonate hard because of the 68 references. On the metaphysical side, right? And this is only for my researchers with those who have eyes. The all of the science and information that came out about black holes, all of that ties to BIG. We'll get back to that. But
Right.
also they resonated BIG's energy because Ready to Die was put out on September 13th, 1993, the same year that they signed the crime bill, right? I mean the same day that they signed it was my bad, September 13, 1994, the same day that they signed the 94 crime bill, right? So the day that they inducted Biggie Smalls into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which was November 7th, that Saturday was the same day that they awarded the presidency to Joe Biden, right?
Right.
So Biggie Smalls becomes the archetypical prototype of who and what they call a super predator, right? At the time when Hillary was making those statements and Biden was drafting up that legislation, they were targeting people like a Biggie Smalls who says that they ready to die, suicidal thoughts. You feel me? These people who they say are non degrada in society. They're like, there's nothing that we can do with these niggas. You feel me? So Biggie had a strong resonance last year. Like I said, if you're not into metaphysics and you're not a researcher, the aspect of what we talking about with the black hole and the comet and Haley Bop and all of that, and then bringing out the documentary at the same time last year, all of that
Right.
shit might go over your head. Catch the next Law 44 lecture. And of course, you know, Barack Hussein Obama made his return last year, back on the campaign trail, put out a new book, did his numbers, right? This will be an Obama shadow presidency. Joe Biden ain't gonna be running this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
He bringing a homie back.
He bringing the homie back to run it from the shadows, more so than the Kamala. You know, Obama's gonna be the puppet master for both of them. Are you crazy?
Right.
So, you know, this heavy resonance, right? It even goes back to what we're speaking about with you know, even though the murder numbers might have been hectic and chaotic last year, it's non-comparable to the early 90s crack era, right? We can stop talking about what we're going through as a people, you feel me? And be totally dismissive of post-crack era, right? And I say we can't even call it a post-crack era because Freeway Ricky is still alive. You understand?
Oh, wow.
And niggas are still trap rapping and all types of shit. Like crack is still alive in the audio form and the music,
I'ma
right? So
just
we
show
are
you.
still, hold on, we are still under the throngs of the crack siege, right? Neighborhoods are still under siege by niggas who's juggling crack to their mamas. You feel me? There has been no atonement, right? There's been no cleansing of the spirit. Niggas ain't even backpedaling and say, yo, it was no truth and reconciliation or none of that. You feel me? So stop talking to me about what the white man did. I get it. Yeah, the CIA put it there, but niggas work for the CIA.
Facts.
Right? To this day.
Hold on. Wait.
Right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. Just chill. Before you came on, just to show you how the alignment works.
Go ahead.
Right? Before you came on, before I even got into the situation about Trump, my conversation was almost to the T, verbatim, what you just said.
That's what's up.
I was sharing with the family that it's the crack era. It's the aspects of what crack cocaine under the, because this is the MLK celebration, but I was like, it was the civil rights era who were dealing with PTSD from multiple assassinations of their leaders, and these were leaders at that in those days. What we see today is a cutout of a leader. These are cutout leaders. These are not considered to be leaders. But back in those days, MLK, Martin Luther, Fred, all of these people were considered, they had the hallmarks of a leader. And the PTSD from what that generation
they were identifiable candidates for the Black Messiah.
They were identifiable candidates for Black Messiah.
Right? There's a difference. Niggas these days are self-appointed identifiable candidates for Black Messiahship. You not a Black Messiah on the radar, even though you got all of this publicity, or even though you got all of this media. They not jacking none of these niggas like that. You feel me?
They're not.
They not.
They're not.
Because they in the back office, they know niggas' secrets. They like, oh, we not worried about you. You feel me? Y'all niggas talk about each other too much. We're not concerned. We know how to motherfucking neutralize this. It's not a challenge, but when our people really had their back against the wall and they really was about it, you feel me? And they was really pressing and pushing the line. Yeah, there was a plethora of threats, right? Of viable threats out there. And Martin Luther King was utilizing media and politics in a way in which to this day has still not been done. You feel me? He utilized media and he utilized politics. He had a pass to the White House, right? So
Right.
niggas saying, oh, he was shucking and jiving, he still was getting things done because he affected policy. Even
Right.
if that policy was co-opted by way of it being civil rights policy, you know, you can go and watch any video with Dr. Claude Anderson when he's sitting down, right, with motherfucking Boyce Watkins, and he explains
Voice.
how that happened because she drafted the legislation and the shit got co-opted where they changed quote unquote blacks, which is non-civil, you know, all of that shit. They even switched that up to the minorities and gave it to humpback. He be having some killer lingo, but you know, the post fallout from the assassinations, like you were saying, you know what I'm saying, with MLK being the one that resonated the strongest because he is the
Yeah.
one who held the most messianic force. He was more powerful than Malcolm, y'all. He was more powerful, right?
What do you
He
mean?
had, hmm?
I mean,
he
shit.
had he had more of an inroad, right? He had
Right.
more of an inroad, not only into Black America, but into his global appeal. You feel me?
Right.
And he was, you know, his relationships was a little bit more ingrown and ingrained. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Remember,
Because if
they
you look
took
at the
Malcolm was
assassination,
already off the scene.
right? If you look at the assassination of Malcolm X, and you see what he was going through in his last year after he left the nation, that's something that's not spoken about because he's
Yeah,
been lionized and
yeah.
whatnot. But
They destroyed
we're
his
talking
platform.
about which, huh?
You know how they have excommunicated Trump and put him into this small echo chamber?
Right.
That's what happened with Malcolm. He was neutralized to
Right.
the degree where they was able to
They
consolidate his
marginalized him.
influence. They marginalized him
Right.
and took his wave down enough where they could penetrate it with a shot.
Right. And for the
You feel
family
me?
that's out there, I want y'all to honestly ask your elders, your grandparents, and your parents in particular, if they are the civil rights generation. Ask them about the sentiments that the Black community had for Malcolm X when he was alive, right? When he was alive and right before he got killed. And when right after he got killed, ask them to be honest with you, not the fanfare that he receives now, not the way that they immortalize those of us the same way. You know, I don't want to throw Nipsey's name in there to compare the two in that sense. But what I'm saying is you lived long enough to see how somebody could go from lukewarm and he's lit amongst a certain group of people, but he's on the radar of the people, but he's lukewarm to the majority of us, right? And then when that person becomes immortalized or when that person gets assassinated, then they become lionized and consecrated to where they become bigger than life. We lived to see how that works. I would even say Tupac Shakur, for that matter, in a
Right.
sense, right? Although he was loved by many, he was hated by more. And they did not consider him to be the best rapper when he was alive. They did not consider him to be a lot of things.
Already.
A lot of people turned their backs on him when he caught the rape charge. Okay.
It's a fact.
So in his death, in his murder, and there's a lot of young people that are probably listening to this and be like, that's blasphemy. Fam, get in the time machine, go ask your big homies, go ask your big sister, just go and do your research.
I mean,
Then
let's
you
just,
could
yeah.
crunch the data.
The Black community did not respond, you know, the same way for MLK that you know, they didn't respond the same way for Malcolm, the way that they responded for MLK. You
Right.
know, and I guess it might have something to do with timing. That was a sum of assassinations. A lot of people was getting clipped. Nonetheless, it turned the hood inside out. You feel me?
Right.
It turned the hood inside out. Yeah. Black America still had feelings that Malcolm was a traitor. There was still
Right.
an ideological split in terms of how they felt about him in their hearts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't on Team Malcolm. You feel me? When Martin died, though, that was something that reverberated and resonated throughout every hood in America, right? I think they said 100 plus cities went up on fire,
On
and it
flame.
had global ramifications. And
Right.
those cities never recovered, is what we're trying to say. From the ashes of those cities came dope, right? The Panthers came afterwards, right? They neutralized the Panthers with the gangsters because the gangsters teamed up with the mobsters. The mobsters was working for the FBI and the police, right? They showed it in the movie Panther, not Black Panther, my niggas, Panther,
Panthers,
okay?
right. With
They showed
Mario
you
Peebles.
how they got the exception, right? The hood niggas was the exception, not the rule in our communities,
They
right?
were not the rule, they were
The
the exception.
rule,
Facts.
yes, the rule was revolutionaries at that time. They neutralized them with the dope, right? With the horse.
With the
You understand?
chemical, with the heron.
Yeah, with the heron. And then, comes the coke, which wasn't such a violent blunt, but it did, allow our people to indulge in escapism, you know what I'm saying? And sort of recreational drug use where everything just became so free and liberal. You understand? And then came crack cocaine. And if you need a primer on how that happened or what it looked like, go to fucking Netflix and watch the part itself.
Netflix.
Go to Netflix and watch the crack documentary that
Crack.
dropped last week.
Crack.
Right? They lay it out
They lay it out.
expertly.
Facts.
You understand? And to that, from that day until now, even back then, niggas have been working for the CIA. Right? So it don't matter if you're gonna tell me, oh, the CIA brought it in the hood. Nigga, you still glamorizing it. Niggas are still flipping 8 balls. You feel me? Niggas are still carving up, right? I mean, niggas had whole entire crack babies done born, got clipped, got reincarnated, came here, clipped again, served a double life, and about to come back and do
and
some
they in
more shit,
first grade right now. Facts.
right? Niggas is already reincarnated on their third crack run. What are you talking about?
The
You
fourth
understand?
crack run.
So stop telling me about what the CIA did if you're not willing to ride, you feel me, on that type of energy. Niggas are still lined up to sign up.
Because remember, it's called Central Intelligence Agency.
Right?
Right? Central Intelligence, who have their tentacles in Hollywood, in the music industry, is Central Intelligence. You got to know the distinction between the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Central Intelligence, and how does that shit hit in popular culture? How does it hit in society with the engineers?
Again, if we look at the country, right, as a body, let's look at body politics of the country, right? That is the central nervous system of the body politics of this country. Hence the fact that you saw white blood cells running up on the Capitol, attacking it the same way that the body politic of America, right, is dealing with COVID and viruses.
Right.
Right. So it's you see these things manifest themselves in physical form. There's no difference, right? America is sick. You seen that shit. That's what it manifests and look like with the Capitol. You seen the white boys, how scruffy they look? Them niggas is white blood cells.
White walkers.
Okay?
White walkers.
White walkers. So the CIA is the central nervous system of the body politics, which is considered quote unquote America or this American dream. You feel me? So let's go back to King. Let's talk about the magnetism of this dream and the fact that no matter what happens, nobody has been fortified enough to abandon this dream. So why continue to blame King for saying, oh, this nigga led us into a burning house? Why the fuck are you still sitting at the burning table in the burning house waiting for your slice? Right? You still blaming King? It's 56 years later.
Waiting for your butter biscuits.
Right? And niggas is still blaming King. Right? He did this to you and you haven't undone it to yourself. And everything that happened last year has given you the opportunity to get up out of this burning house. But niggas is still making their bed more comfortable in this bitch. Right?
There was more money. Hold on. There was more money in black neighborhoods in 2020 than there's ever been. Right? Through the loan program, through the unemployment, through just hustling and not having to pay rent. There was more money, more currency, right? More opportunities, right? To get the fuck out of here or to buy some land and to build or to go to Africa or to go wherever you want to go. But go ahead.
What happened in the 60s when Daniel Moynihan came out with a report called The Negro Family. It's a PDF. You can Google it right now, right? There was a chapter in it called the Tango Pathology. The Tango Pathology was the Democrats saying, look, these niggas is born to hood rats, and there's nothing that can possibly come from that because they are now part of single parent households, and women in society cannot create the pedigree of men that's necessary and needed to compete economically. So let's shut the door on these niggas, right? Get them niggas social services, right? That's when they came up with welfare. That's when they came up with the Head Start program. That's when they came up with what they call the what is it? It wasn't the New Deal, it was the Great Deal. What was it?
It was the New Deal.
It wasn't the New
No,
Deal. That was
it was the Great Deal.
yeah,
Right,
LBJ, right?
right.
And we
LBJ.
ain't talking about LeBron, nigga. We talking about Lyndon Baines Johnson when quote unquote melanated black people became Democrats,
Hold
right?
on.
And got pulled in to socialism by social services,
Right,
social security started. You feel
right,
me? Welfare started. All of these
right,
programs started, and then they got rid of LBJ. You know what I'm saying? And then Nixon came and did his thing. You know,
right,
Nixon is accredited was creating something called black capitalism because he made it rain. He did the same thing in his presidency that Trump did just now in
right,
terms of opening up the money faucet, right? And
right,
he did that specifically to neutralize revolutionaries in the quote unquote black community by making them capitalists, by niggas taking the motherfucking carrot, the dang on
right.
carrot. Yeah, the Great Society.
It was called a Great Society. In the movie The Butler, to be specific, the movie The Butler, they have a depiction of Nixon, and they say, how do we fight black power? He said, with green power. In the movie The Butler, I don't recommend that you watch The Butler because it's slave porn, right? One of those debilitating type of movies that will program you if you don't know what you're watching. But there's a scene, you probably could pull it up on YouTube, where he says that we're going to fight black power. This is when they were burning cities down. This is when they were uprising. He said we're going to stop black power with green power.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Blue.
Right. So Nixon comes in with the green power, right? He turns revolutionaries into capitalists. This is where Jeff Fort and them got their money initially, and they was doing their social services in Chicago. You understand?
Nice.
This is where the
They got
dangling
the
of that
bag.
carrot took place. That's what, yeah, they was dropping bags in the hood, right? And they were turning what's considered quote unquote street organizations into political activism. But the political activism was it was dependent on what? Grants, government federal funding, right? I think that this is even where what's our good brother, the brother Tupac's
Shakur,
father that was doing, huh?
Matulu,
Matulu, right? That was
when he was
doing
doing the acupuncture
when they was doing the acupuncture, right?
to cure cancer. No, to get people off of dope.
Get them off of dope, right?
Right.
So Ike Atchison, Frank Lucas, Frank Matthews, right? All of them now are in bed with the CIA, right? By way of the Golden Triangle, and then bringing in insurmountable amounts of dope, right?
We
From
talked about
from
that last
from
week.
yeah, from Asia,
French Connection.
right? The French Connection starts popping, right? Where they're
Lucky
able to turn
Luciano.
a $500 because you could buy the paste, you could buy the dope for $500 coming out of the mountains, and it will yield you damn near $1 million if you flip it the right way, right? So this is an unprecedented markup in the Negro Family PDF that Daniel Moynihan and them put out. They said, look, these niggas can get it one or two ways, right? They can take these social services and work them ways up like every other ethnic group in this country has done, right? Or they can get it how they live and take this dope, right? And utilize the dope money for upward mobility again, like every ethnic group in this country has,
Facts.
right? The Jews did it, the Irish did it, and the Italians did it, right?
Facts.
Prior
They
to
got out the
them. Now
mud.
you could include the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Albanians, the Ethiopians, the
The
Nigerians.
Nigerians. Factory.
You feel me? Every single body came in this bitch and flipped a brick or two and utilized it for upward mobility. What does upward mobility look like? I'm sending my children to the best schools, right? So they
Make them
can
become lawyers and
infiltrate.
judges.
They can infiltrate the quote unquote great society and become the lawyers and the judges and the doctors, right? And
Facts.
ultimately the policemen and the fire, because that's what the Irish did, right? They got in the 1900s in the draft riots by putting the beats on melanated people, and they were able to upend them in the social hierarchy and became the policemen and the firemen. Prior to that, they were underneath niggers or melanated people, black people in this country. They were considered the filth of the filth. They were underneath their feet. They were
Right.
underneath their boots in the social strata of this
They call them
country,
niggas with orange hair.
right?
And then hold on, I showed them the article how Italians became white. I did that on
Right.
Third Eye Thursday, and I read through it on how they flipped the Italians and made them white. They were not white when they got here. They were not white for many years. They were being lynched with niggas in Louisiana, in the Deep South, and up and down the eastern seaboards. But go ahead.
Let's not use that word. Let's make a distinction. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not talking about niggers at that time, right? We're talking about respectable melanated people who were fighting for their lives, who were dignified, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and who were contributors to society, right?
That's right.
The nigger making machines comes by way of the 60s and the 70s. Once again, once they utilized people to co-opt the revolution by taking chemical poisons and pumping them in their hood, right? And not finessing the flip. Now, no other ethnic group was selling drugs to their own people thinking that they was going to gain upward mobility. And if they did it amongst the weakest of them, and them they was isolated. You
Right.
understand? So melanated people in particular were the only ones that think that you can dig yourself out of a hole, you know what I'm saying? Like
By digging more of a hole.
by digging more of a hole. And there was never no upward mobility initiative to say we're gonna funnel funds into this, that, and the other. I mean, Guy Ritchie buying Apollo's not gonna cut it. Niggas doing bus rides and shit, you feel me, to the amusement parks. That's not gonna cut it. That's not
The
what we're
free
talking
turkeys
about.
ain't gonna cut it, my
You
niggas.
feel me? And with upper mobility, right? Because now you're talking about integration happens in the late 60s. So people have not even seen the effects of it, right? Until early 70s. Like I said, Nixon comes along and he starts pouring bread into the hood.
Right.
There was a department called the OEO, right? Which got co-opted by Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld. Nixon hired them. They stole $1 trillion worth of
Yeah,
funding
they
out of
stole $1
there.
trillion out of the OEO when they were like damn near interns at that point.
Right?
They're not really
This is
interns. This
before
was the
Halliburton. This is
beginning.
before Iraq. They
Way
stole
before.
$1 trillion from niggas back
This was
then.
during
So we shouldn't
Nixon's
even still be
term.
talking about the Freedom National. Look, that's pennies compared to what Donald Rumsfeld and goddamn Dick Cheney did in the 70s.
Right. They cut their teeth.
Right?
They got they Darth Vader on, and they fucking pillaged that shit. And the OEO was supposed to go to the people.
Right.
But somebody brought up Chalky. Hold on. Chalky from Boardwalk Empire, who's played by Omar from The Wire, right? He and Narcisse Valentine in the Boardwalk Empire series, they show you how they began to start selling dope. The dope was being provided by the mafia, right? The dope was being provided by the mafia. J. Edgar Hoover turned his head and let it go down. But they would go hard on our people. They had them under because they were controlling the racket. So they had these people under their thumbs. But go ahead.
Right. So Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld, they they pretty much bankrupt the OEO, right? And then, that's Vietnam, when Nixon is dead and all that shit that takes place, right? And who do they move in after that? I think they brought in
Carter,
one of them motherfuckers, right? There was a patsy, all of it just to set up Reagan. Okay. So Reagan comes in and forget about it. If you thought Donald Trump was a piece of work, you obviously didn't live through Reaganomics, right? The first Make America Great Again campaign. And he dealt with what they call voodoo economics, which is trickle-down economics, where he punished what you're going to see in this administration, the destruction and the decimation of the lower class for the wealthy to get wealthier, right? And receive all of the benefits that come from, you know what I'm saying, the economic boom that was taking place on Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, because of the decline of society. The fact that they were selling niggas bonds and stocks like crazy all around this world. So, and again, he's championed by white America. He is the great white hope, right? But melanated people can't say the same. You feel me? And then, of course, if you don't know the story, Iran Contra, again, I recommend that you go and you look up, you know what I mean, these documentaries. And of course, you know, with Iran Contra, he has George Bush as his vice president. George Bush's father is Prescott Bush, who was running opium, right? Back when they was having the opium wars in China,
Yeah,
right? This
but
is a nigga who had IG Farben and all of that in his back pocket. You feel
Iran
me?
Contra's crack.
Iran Contra is the cocaine. Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's
You know,
Oliver North.
this funnel, yeah,
That's cocaine cowboys.
this funnel, right, this funneled into the inner cities and the hoods of America, you know,
Right.
by way of not only Highway Ricky Ross, but it got to New York first with the Sour Posse, right? Because they was
Through
running
Jamaica.
coke, yeah, through Jamaica, through Ciega, right?
Through
You always
Ciega and
find
the
the
CIA.
CIA Harvard connection is always there. So they was running guns and drugs, right, through Jamaica first, because they was running it through Jamaica, getting it to Miami and everything. So they sent the Shower Posse with the coke. The Shower Posse had crack cocaine in the Bronx before Freeway Ricky Ross had it in L.A., right? And it was drilling, unlike anything that New York had ever seen. You feel
Facts.
me?
They brought the drill to Brooklyn.
And then they brought it to the UK, and they brought it to what you call it, of course, you know, in the Caribbean. So, you know, a lot of people focus on Freeway Rick, but they don't talk about Vivian Blake. They don't talk about the Shower Posse. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Factory.
make these connections with the CIA. You feel me? On all of their operatives. And the fact that to this day, our people glamorize CIA operatives, right? And niggas is low-level CIA operatives themselves if you've ever picked up a piece of crack and sold it. You understand? Because you got to ask yourself, am I playing for team this or am I playing for team that? Who can you possibly have been playing for? So the
Right.
social degradation takes place, right? Where the lowering, right? The lowering of morals and values of how we look at and deal with one another, right? That has never taken place in this country during our struggle. We never turned against one another wholesale for that greenback. You
Right.
understand? To such a degree where, again, because the poverty, the economic poverty, you know what I'm saying, the strain that was coming by way of Reaganomics, which also produced, you know what I'm saying, or I can't even say that produced hip hop because hip hop came before Reagan, but it damn sure, you know, played a part. You know what I'm saying? That was Robin Moses. That's another vile architect that you have to know his name and look into. They're about to come out with a movie about Robin Moses. Robin Moses single-handedly broke the spine of melanated America in this country by, you know, the policies that they were enacting. He was running the highways through the hoods, right?
Right.
Breaking up all economic empowerment zones by running highways. They was utilizing eminent domain to snatch neighborhoods and shit like that, right? Stop
Right.
talking about one person can't make a difference when it comes to establishment. These niggas have buttons that are unspoken of, like they got unprecedented work that they done put in.
They got
You feel
hitters.
me? These are the names that should be ritualized instead of niggas in this community always trying to use their dirty magic on one another. You feel me?
The Black Messiah movies about Fred Hampton.
So, you know, we lead all the way up to George Bush, right? And George Bush, okay, during his presidency, you see the assassination of Ed Burns. Ed Burns was a rookie New York City cop who was killed in Queens by orders of Fat Cat and Pappy Mason. All right. Once they killed Ed Burns, right, they went crazy on the hood. This turned the crack, the war on drugs into the war on drugs. Prior to that, it was localized. It was a localized state by state effort. After they killed Ed Burns, it became federalized. This is when they established TNT. This is when the DEA and the FBI get involved. And this is when they create an all-out assault on Black America that has existed to this day.
Hold
That
on.
is what the crime bill and all of that was born out of, right?
And that's what gets Bush Sr. elected, because he was losing to he wasn't winning it. He wasn't going to get
He was running against William Dukakis.
Mike Dukakis.
Mike Dukakis, if you will. He's running
Michael
against Mike
Dukakis.
Dukakis. And again, because presidential politics is nigger domestic containment, right? How good are you taking care of these niggas domestically,
The
right?
nigger
Because
problem.
they have to pander to the hearts and minds, the securities of white America is all these presidents are pandering to, right? So
Yes.
they had to come with a tough on crime platform. And the fact that, you know, Mike Dukakis was beating him, he utilized Willie Norton. It was an ad called the Willie Norton, right? Ad.
Yeah, for fear.
Right? He utilized that for fear. They paroled, Mike Dukakis paroled Willie Norton. Willie Norton went and killed the white woman, right? So they
Real
utilized
quick.
that campaign. And then he held up the badge of Ed Burns, who had got killed in Queens by order of Fat Cat and Pappy Mason.
And Pappy Mason.
And that's how he federalized
Yo,
the war on drugs. Yeah.
when I was watching the crack documentary, you know how we'll drive through certain neighborhoods and be like, damn, shit look fucked up. Like, you know, I've been in certain, I travel, so I've been in certain hoods and I'm like, damn, shit look crazy. But bro, there's nothing more crazier looking than New York City in the fucking 80s, bro. I mean, seeing
You
it.
don't remember that shit?
Huh?
You don't remember that shit?
I don't remember it looking that bad, bro. I really don't. I mean, we must have normalized the insanity, because looking at it on Netflix, god damn, I'm like, this shit looked horrible.
Terrible.
Imagine what it was doing to our DNA, because DNA responds to environment. So when you hear about the murder rate being at its highest in 1990, you know, when you hear about the violence that was taking place in Gotham City, you got to be, you know, that shit, the people were reacting to the environment.
Bro, epigenetics, right? DNA responds to environment, okay? It's not gene-based. Your DNA is always adapting based on your skin receptors, okay? Signaling to your entire, not again, to your central nervous system, to your CIA, to your central intelligence agency, which is your central nervous. It is always signaling the imminent danger. You feel me? And the fact that you have to change up who and what you are to survive in that environment. Hence the fact that you have niggers today, right? When niggers is now the rule and not the exception. That's based on epigenetics. And the fact that, yes, we were literally living in a concrete jungle, right? In the middle of a war zone. You dig what I'm saying? So fast forward.
We really went from ashy to classy, bro.
You go through Bush, right? And now you finally get into the Bill Clinton shit, okay? And because Democrats are categorically the party that is associated with melanated people, they have to what? They have to show that they are now tough on crime, right? They got to show that they tough on crime, because you can't let your foot up at this particular point. The marketing is too strong. People say that the crack scourge or something. Now they talking about crack babies. Now they talking about
name of it. Yeah, the name of the documentary is called Crack, nigga. It's
called Crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, Crack Lives Matter. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Crack is king. Go and look up Crack is king.
Yeah. So you know, in comes the 94 crime bill. You feel me? Now, yes. I tell the story because I was in the system at the time, right? I got incarcerated in December 23rd. I called my case December 23rd, 1994. I blew trial and I got locked up maybe in May of 95. So I got to see the first wave. Because what they did, I was in Virginia. Virginia was a commonwealth. They didn't call it the crime bill. They call it truth and sentencing, zero tolerance, right? That was the terminology that they were utilizing, because as a commonwealth, Virginia was utilizing these statutes to practice what they were now going to utilize in a federal system. Because under the new law, right, you can no longer do 50% of your time. Now you had to do 85%.
85, yeah.
Right? So now I'm watching young boys come in there, 18 and 19 years old, they got 35 years for selling for 2 crack cocaine sales. Because now they got these federal mandates. If you've seen in the documentary, they's like, yo, we ain't even read that shit. We got it wrong. They was just rolling the dice and freestyling, and they created legislation that has affected niggas' lives to this day. Right?
To this day.
They said we didn't even get a chance. Charlie Rango said it. And how did that happen? Through the Hegelian dialect of creating the problem and the people begging for the solution. Lock my children up. Yo, these niggas is animals. I can't stand them. You feel me? Come and get these niggas. I remember that shit.
Get rid of them.
I remember how they used to parade the grandmothers and see Dolores Tuck and all of them on TV. And they's like, yo, these niggas is the worst. Come get these niggas. We can't do nothing with them. Right? These neighborhoods were literally under siege. I want y'all to put this in perspective, family. Right? Grown, melanated men just came back from Vietnam fighting the Viet Cong. These niggas was hiding underneath their couches, suffering from PTSD, while their neighborhoods were being held under siege by teenagers who was jugging just for sneaker money. How about it? But these niggas got semi-automatic weapons. But you niggas just came out of the jungles with M16s shooting down gooks. You couldn't go outside of your own hood and save your mother or your daughter or your fucking wife from getting turned out by your teenage sons.
Right.
So understand that the ferocious veracity, like the audacity that these niggas was taking towards this hustle shit. That they had veterans hiding underneath fucking couches and beds, refusing to come outside and confront these niggas to take their own motherfucking nation back.
Right. And this was the passive black church inspired MLK, right? MLK following these blacks and the ones who were in politics, the generation who was behind the crime bill with Joe Biden, right? The Black Caucus and these brothers and sisters, they were all the way with lock them up. They signed the bill without even reading it. This was the MLK gang,
right? This was the pacifists. This was the MLK
these
gang.
were the pacifists.
These was the niggas who's already bought and sold. These was the niggas who's quiet today, right? Who have nothing to say about what's taking place in this country, and they're not giving you any biblical interpretation, right? Of the fact that shit, you can pull open that fucking book and go to any page and be like, yo, we in Revelations, we in this, we in that, because you got to say who the Pharisees are then. You got to say who the fuck is the demonic energy. If we in Revelation, because it ain't the goddamn the Muslims no more, right? All of the security measures that was post 9/11, that shit did not save the Capitol from getting stormed, right? The threat is from within.
It's a within threat.
It's a within threat. They spent $1 trillion on security only to get infiltrated by Billy Bob and them.
Thornton.
Right? In the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. That was the new 9/11 on January 6th. Because that was the security breach that's unprecedented, that will go down as the illest security breach ever. Right? Ever. Right. Because the dog whistles were there. When that man stood on that podium and said, stand by and stand down, or stand, whatever the hell he told them. Because they asked him, was you going to transition, right? If you lose, the nigga said no.
He said no.
So you known about it since the debates. I know about it and you didn't.
Facts.
And you have the illest security, right? And then these niggas just got infiltrated with the cyber security, right? So intelligence is supposed to be all the way upstairs, right? They just got breached with the cyber security. What did I been say? I said, yo, there's nobody sitting in the seat. There's no presidency taking place in this country after November 4th or 5th. Leading up until January 6th, there was nobody presiding. This nigga went and fired everybody in the Pentagon and replaced new intelligentsia. They told Biden's transition team that they can't get the intelligence documents. You understand?
Right. They not handing over nothing.
They not handing over no intelligence documents. You feel me? And then they got the cybersecurity breach from international agents. They said it was the biggest cybersecurity breach ever. So the intelligence community was not going on the internet looking to see what was being said, because you just got infiltrated on the fucking internet, right? How do I know about what the hell is going on Parler and they didn't know? Right?
That's a factory.
To the degree where Rizza Islam was like, yo, we're having a march on January 6th on the Capitol for vaccines, right? It just took me one day to do research to be like, my good brother, I'm not going to be making that because that's going to be the same day that these niggas is doing their insurrection, right? I knew about that shit.
I knew
like
about it
3
too.
weeks before it took place.
I knew about it about a month before it happened. I thought everybody knew about it.
So I'm
I'm
like,
surprised
bro,
and y'all surprised.
I'm like, bro, you got to understand the magnitude of what you bore witness to, right? This is unprecedented, right? But like I said, you're looking at white blood cells invade a body that's already poisoned because so much crime has taken place in that building. So much crime that when they just cut niggas to STEMI the other day, so much crime just took place in that building. They got what they did and more. I can't even get into it, bro. You feel me? I can't even get into it. But if you're a card-carrying citizen of this country and you have some sort of pride, because you niggas just got finished voting the day prior, right? Putting Warnock in office, who is the progeny of MLK, because he's a fucking pastor at the Ebenezer Church. What else is his qualifications? You wouldn't vote for Kanye, but you would vote for Warnock. This nigga don't have no policy, no platform, or nothing.
He ain't no
He
politics.
just look like
Kanye got
Jerry.
more politics in him.
Right? Yeah, the nigga just like Jerry from Soul. But
That's
outside of
nigga from
that, what do
Soul.
you know about this nigga? Other than he was a pastor at Ebenezer. That shit ain't even open right now.
Amen.
You feel me?
Look, we got about 2 minutes left, Blue.
2 minutes?
Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours. They not even hitting the Cash App, man. We got to get out of here. Yeah, the link is in the bio for the lecture. American Gods 4.4. You never know. We might have a special guest cooking. And, you never know, man. It's all on the people. This Thursday coming up, we got How to Strive and Thrive in 2021. That's going to be a workshop dealing with nothing but solutions, pure cloth. I'm at 100+ already with tickets for the family that's going to be in the building. So I am dedicated to my audience who are dedicated to me. You understand? Y'all want me to show up, so I'm finna to show up. I might even throw a goddamn tie on for y'all. But we're going to be cooking. Go and watch the documentary Crack.
Hit that Cash App and watch MLK FBI. It's a new documentary that came out this past weekend. Right? You can buy that on YouTube or one of them other streaming services. Right. MLK FBI. And A Night in Miami. They talking about go live, Blue Cook. Nah, we not going live. We live right now. What you talking about? We live right now. Hit that man Cash App. Show some support. Come on. Yeah, show some support. Sock it to my pocket. Socket tree to the pocket tree. Y'all do it everywhere else. What's the problem? You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, love and light to the family. I see y'all when we see y'all. You dig? All right. I appreciate you, Blue. Good looking, my brother. You already. All right. Peace.